in there somewhere. Hello. Hiya. You're very, very welcome. There you are. To This Is Knit in Dublin. As we are dancing to Florence on the Machine that's playing in the centre outside. Myself and Joy are here. In case you don't know me, my name is Lisa. I'm co-owner of This Is Knit, and Joy is our esteemed and wonderful assistant and test knitter and sample extraordinaire mazeballs. Joy. Basically, she is a joy. Thank you for joining us. It is, what sort of day is it? I don't know, it was glorious here earlier on today, and then it's gone a bit dark, a bit moody looking, but it's all okay. It is a bit dark light-wise, but anyway, we'll work that out. We are here to answer loads of your questions, to show you Leonie's in real life. There we go. We finally, this color here, this is what happens. Sorry, I'm going backwards. That people make a beautiful sample and then a yarn becomes unavailable with a supplier in that color. So everybody wanted the gorgeous navy with sparkly blue, which Joy will show you in a little while. And then I made this color, and then that color went out of stock. So if you received the newsletter today, you will know that we have, well, now 4 different combinations of sparkly Leonie. This is the Leonie t-shirt by Coco Knits. They are in stock. I am rambling a little bit. We will settle in and we will get to your questions. Let's start now. Okay, so Kat Murphy was in touch with us, and she would like suggestions for the Waru shawl and the Hotel of Bees shawl. So these are 2 beautiful crochet designs that I will show you pictures of. I'm going to turn you around, and then we can give some options for color combinations and different things for that. Okay, 1 second. Getting there. All right. Now, we've loads to get through today, so I will just jump straight on in. This is just so you know what you're looking at. Kat Murphy, I hope you're watching along, or if you're watching back later on, that this is very helpful for you. This is the Hotel of Bees shawl. I'll bring it a little bit closer so you can see the gorgeous details. Absolutely loving that. It's all a bit bee themed here today, actually, because this is the progress that I've been making on my wool and honey sweater, but we can talk about that later. And you were wondering about what yarns we have that are suitable. So we chose kind of 2 very different yarns, just in case you wanted a more summery option or a more wintry one, if you are working and crocheting on it now for the season to come. So this is Kremke wool Morning Salutation in glorious golden yellow, or a more brassy toned goldy brassy, with this white here. So that is option number 1. And then we brought in Opus from Walcott Yarns as well for the more, as more of my notes go flying away. Opus from Walcott Yarns for a much more luxurious, gorgeous option for that shawl, but more suited to winter for sure. If either of those options work for you, that's just 2 that we picked out and that we really, really liked. And then while you're at it, I'm not sure if it's an either or situation on the designs or if you want to make both. We also picked out some options for the Waru shawl. And just so everybody can see what the options are. And again, we just stuck with what inspired by the original colors. Okay, so there's always different options within these ranges, and if you want to send us a direct message, we can send you pictures of different combinations and stuff once we've narrowed it down. But option number 1 was Townhouse Yarns Clarendon in all of these gorgeous shades. Joy approves in the background. So we went with Bonfire. Lovely to see everybody joining us now as well. Hi, how's everybody? Spiced Plum and Cirque and Hallows. Now, I've got a couple of questions coming in live as well. We'll do our best to get to those in the comments if we can. We've got quite a bit to get through. So right now we're talking to Kat Murphy, and she is interested in yarn options for the Waru shawl. Crochet design worked in 4-ply yarn. So that is one beautiful combination there. And then our other one, if you wanted to go slightly more solid shades, would be to use Kama Rose Yaku. And again, these were just colours that we picked out that were inspired by the original options. So you get 200 meters per 50 grams in Camrose Yaku. It's 100% superwash merino wool, a 4-ply yarn, very, very soft and beautiful. The Clarendon sock, I should have said, sounds like it doesn't exist anymore, is merino cashmere and nylon. So this is just some of the colours. I always struggle to find these as Nature 1003. There is Bordeaux, and you can always watch this back if I'm going too fast later on and you're wondering what colour was she talking about. Just pop on back to the playback, and you can always find what you were looking for. So it's not even going to try and pronounce that one. I'll go on. Mork Senep, and no, no, I'm not doing that one. It's this word here. Anyone who knows a bit of Danish that's on with us can give that one a go. So there are two lineup of 2 options for you for this shawl, and we also did the Hotel of Bees. Lovely. I love to get questions from crocheters as well. Makes me a little bit nervous because I don't know a huge amount about crochet, but we love to expand our horizons a little bit here indeed. Now, this is just a random piece of paper question because I was asked, wait until you see this. One of the questions that came in was from Claire Moriarty. Hiya, Claire, if you're out there. And you were saying, a question for your next live. I have quite a number of mixed balls of super chunky wool that you'd love to find a use for. You have 5 or 6 options, and you're pretty good at using chunky leftovers, but less good for super chunky. Any advice appreciated? So here is my advice in one piece of paper. There are these fabulous designs. This first one is on Ravelry. It's called the River Bend Beanie, and as you can see, it uses a super chunky yarn, and it's by Aspen Leaf Knits, so you can mix and match your colours in there. You may find that you need more, obviously, of the base shade and natural here, but if you have that or more of one colour that would work, then that might help, or might be a good option. And then the other one, which I struggled most of the afternoon to remember the name of this Instagram account that I had seen, go on and have a look, because you're here on Instagram after this, so stay with us for now. But after this, go and have a look at Flynn Knit here on Instagram. Give her a follow, because oh my god, she makes all of these super chunky beanies, but these flat lace that she does with little scrap pieces of yarn and gorgeous bits of scissors, and we were all oohing and ahhing over her today. So I've been following her for a while just because I absolutely love her projects and her photography. She uses up odds and ends. The minute I saw your question, I was like, oh, it's that Instagram account, it's that one, I have to just point her that way. So Flynn Knit is where you need to go. This is, I'm not sure if this is Scraptacular, but Scraptacular is, I think, one of her most popular patterns, and it will do the job for your leftover super bulky bits and bobs. Now, Joy is going to jump in with the Summer Vibe top by Camrose, and you can say hello to Joy. And this is a question for Patricia Carolyn Byrne. Hang on.
Okay. Hello, and hello, Patricia. Look at this lovely top. I did see it on Instagram, I don't know, ages ago, and I thought, oh, that's nice. So we picked out some summer old.
Yeah, it's 9 colours, and it was these 8 and then one or other of those.
Okay. So there's 9 colours in it. Luckily, they're 50-gram balls. So I see everybody waving. Hello. So here is our, I'll put those 2 to the side. So let's see. 9 colours. Now, oh, they're just so beautiful. And then you can choose, whoops, a daisy. Sorry about that. One or other of these. Now, I have to say, I like this one. I mean, this one is really nice, but I'd be going for this one. But it really is, as you can see, it really is a gorgeous top. I mean, you probably don't even need... Oh, hi, Mary. You probably don't even need all of these colours, but gosh, it really is gorgeous. And I think this could be another one, speaking of scraps, yes, to do with leftovers, because it's really, really nice. I made a Melanie Burke shawl one time, which has a similar idea, and it was all bits of Fade Street that was left over. So there's lots of different choices, and as I say, the Summer Old is just lovely. If you want to have a look at that, Patricia, I can just see you in it, actually. Yeah. It'd be really lovely on you. So there you are. next one. I shall get out of the way. And one more look. Actually, I didn't actually say the name. It's Summer Vibes Top. How pretty is that? Yeah.
And the Camerose Summer Old that we're talking about there is an organic cotton and merino blend, isn't it? About 50-50 or so, or 45-55, something like that. So a really nice in that sort of open
and a good for
texture.
Summer because it's light, but yet there's a little bit of heat for that sitting outside.
Little bit of warmth because, Ireland. So I think, Patricia, you'll love that. And I hope you like the colours that we picked out. But you can mix and match for sure. Okay, so our next question is from Chrissy Grahan, and she was looking for options for this sweater here. Okay, so this is the Negrum sweater by Refined Knitwear, and I'll bring it a little bit closer so you can see without too much wobble. Very lightweight, airy, fluffy, just luxurious gorgeousness, which we all love. And it called for an original yarn of a lace weight cashmere. Out of the way, little yellow ball. You don't belong here for the moment. So we have picked out our Yarntellier cashmere lace as one strand. And it was held together with a bit of fluff. As you know, around here we love a bit of fluff. So option number one was Yarntellier cashmere. If you wanted to go with that original dash of luxury for sure, you could blend that with Midnight All by Camerose. And you might know by now, if you've watched a lot of our lives, that there is a sparkly option as well from Camerose in this, which is Manistrale. So we picked out some quite neutrals because I think the style of this, now you could always go for hot fuchsia pink if you wanted, but the style of this seems to be kind of pretty neutral, all right. But if you didn't want to opt for the full-on cashmere lace, we have option number 2 for you as well, which is getting into the flow of things now. I have to say 2-week breaks, I kind of forget what I'm doing. Right. Option number 2, from behind me, that the gallery is approving, is Townhouse Yarns Trinity 2-ply, which is a merino and silk blend. I think it's a 55-45 it is, and this is the colorway Myrtle, which is a lovely kind of moody, sagey, soft, greeny grey. That's all the words I have for this. Moody, sagey, soft, greeny, grey. Okay, and we thought it would pair really nicely with this guy here. I'll just bring it a little closer so you can see, a little bit closer with the Midnight All, and that color is Lys Blah with that one. I think those two together would be beautiful. And just to show you a little closer again, if you are watching, Chrissy, there's your cashmere lace mixed with sparkly or non-sparkly as you wish, and if you want to go that way. They are nice, aren't they? Yes. Okay, lots of love hearts. We like the love hearts flying up there. It's great. So tell us when you like stuff. And it helps people decide as well. Sometimes if we've got 2 different options, then we can do little votes by hearts. I like that bit. Okay, so that was for Kirsty. And we have a few talking bits. We have a few talking bits. Right. So let me turn you around again. Oh, don't pop out of the holder. Oh, I'm definitely out of practice. Okay. General advice. Whoa, no. Okay, we are here. Now we're settled. Right. So there were some questions. I'm going to give you over to Joy for this. I'll call them out to her. Okay. Number 1, if a garment. This is challenge Annika here, right? Challenge Joy.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Annika.
I could see you jumping out of helicopters and stuff. Okay, from Jill O'Donnell. Hi Jill, if you're with us. If a garment is specified as a DK weight yarn, but the designer has used a strand of lace held together with a strand of 4-ply, how do you work out how much DK yarn is required to knit the garment?
Okay. This used to confuse me too, just for information. But you'll see in your pattern, the designer will have so many meters of the lace weight and so many meters of the whatever the other yarn is.
Yeah.
So you don't add them together and say, I need this much yarn. You look at the one, because that's the yardage you need, like the length of yarn. Now I would be inclined to add a little bit maybe, just because it's thicker, but in general it's just the yardage of one of the yarns, because they're usually the same, because it's the actual length of yarn that you use. It isn't the thickness that makes a difference, it's the length.
So we have an 800 worth of lace weight, 800 worth of 4-ply.
It's 800 you need. Now, like I say, just for peace sake and not to play yarn chicken, I'd be inclined to have a little bit more than the 800, but you certainly wouldn't need 1600 is the answer to the question. I hope that helps.
She aced that one. That was we need something more challenging. Now, out of a helicopter with a sparkly Leonie tee. There you go. It has to be uniform. Thank you for that.
Yes, I like that.
Okay, from Valerie Riley, or Riley Valerie, as you are on Instagram. Hello. You are saying, in a seamless sweater, of which we have, I can't read today. How do you recommend ends should be sewn in when there isn't a seam in which to hide them? Thank you.
Okay. Right. What I would try and do is, when you're joining your yarn, make sure you're joining it somewhere that it won't be that obvious. So under the arm is a good place. And then, now we had discussion about this, then what you can do is, because it's down here and not that obvious, I'd cut about this much, that's what I have, and I would run it in. It depends on how, like, this is very open, so it's very hard to hide anything. I mean, I think that's almost the beauty of it. It's just like, very simple, relaxed, primitive casual looking almost. But run your yarn in. Now, Lisa had a suggestion that you could do almost duplicate stitch.
But on the inside.
On the inside, run your yarn in. But the main thing is that it's like, don't do it here because you're going to see it, or you're going to be aware of it, and it'll be annoying. Under the arms is a good place.
And I know the temptation when you're working particularly with a really nice yarn, and you know that you might get halfway through the next round and you just don't want it. You could be left with a big long, if I do it here, then it'd be like, am I wasting yarn? I don't, you're not wasting it. Sorry, I'm almost sideways. You're not wasting it if you're doing the garment justice and stuff. If the right thing and the neatest thing, and we're not going to be too restrictive about it, but like, you want to do all of your work justice and the yarn justice, so definitely do that. Alan said, would you not do an invisible knot? And we did have a discussion a few weeks back about different ways of weaving in ends for people who hate weaving in ends, and so it's going to depend on the yarn that you're using, whether it's an animal fibre, a synthetic fibre, a plant fibre, as to what types of joins are going to work for that. For animal fibres, we did have, you could do the spit splice join without any spit, or if you want, in the privacy of your own home. So that's an option. You can Google how to do that. Essentially, it's trimming away a little bit of each end of your yarn and overlapping it, wetting it, and like creating lots of friction so that it felts together. You need moisture, heat and friction. You'll get it to felt, and then you have no ends, and it is invisible. And
I wouldn't trust it, I'm sorry.
Well, I've done all of that. See, you get two experts in their field here, right? And we still disagree on how things should be done. I have done it through a whole sweater, totally successfully, ones that I have for years, and no bother at all. Okay. So yeah, we'll get her out of her comfort zone. No. It's just I've tried it. That's all, right?
There's a new pattern out called Sea Glass Tea by
Glass Tea
Fiber.
Okay.
And it's so many joins. They do this special.
Tell them. Don't tell me.
Sorry. There's a new pattern out which I bought, and I'm hoping to use lots of my lovely Fade Street leftovers. But it's basically one row of a colour. So there's so many joins, and she gives tutorials on how to join them. Now, I did also see one of the test knitters, who's brilliant, prolific knitter, on Instagram if you want to have a look, but she used some kind of you can get it in Hickeys, because I did look it up, when she does this little knot, she puts a dab of this. It's like a little glue, little kind of fabric glue. I forget, I'll have to look up the name of it again, but there are loads of different ways, and like that you have to trust. And I don't know, I mean, the spit splice works really well with definitely the woolly yarns.
Oh, yeah.
I would be a bit nervous with anything with silk. That's the only thing, because it's slippy. But yeah, sea glass is fab. Oh, but I have had a magic knot come apart. Yeah, well, that's why this prolific knitter recommended this. I'll have to look it up, and Lisa will put it on thing, because it's like a dab of blue, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, Arlene's fabric glue. Thank you, Aisling. I don't know if it's Arlene's, but it was fabric glue. So there you go.
There we are. And it was, we had, what is it, the clasped weft join as well, but that will create a bit of extra bulk. And we were also talking about a woven braid join as well. So definitely you have to look at what are you working with, where are you putting your join, like fabric characteristics, you know, so there is a correct situation. And somebody, it was saying it's fray check.
I think that's it, actually.
There you go.
Thank you.
I would still be concerned. I mean, can you make the knot just really, really tiny? Because I could still be concerned that you put like the texture would show through a little bit.
It's so tiny. I watched the videos, and it was incredible. She cut it right to the edge.
Oh no. I will spit splice until the cows come home. I will not do that. Okay. So there you go. More options than you can shake a pointy stick at. But that's what we're talking. But I would definitely say whatever option you go for, try and make it somewhere not so obvious. You know, I actually did not take my own advice on this, so you can see there's some duplicity stitching.
I didn't either.
Do as we say, not as we do. Right. Okay. Moving on. So I hope that helps you, Valerie, or perhaps we've just confused you even further. I don't know. History is on my side. Jen Bear says that she watched a workshop on nail binding, if I'm saying that right, from the National Museum of Ireland, and the Vikings used spit splice. Oh. I think I win this round. I think I win. Okay, so we're on to Mary. Thanks, Jen, for being on my side. We're on to Mary 220558. Hello. And you are wondering, and this is a good point. I put this yarn. I love the yarn, but we're adding in more things to the shelves and trying to make space. So this yarn got made on clearance yesterday, I think, and a few beady-eyed ones have you spotted it, even though I didn't tell you about it yet. So it is Rosarius for Ballada, and it is a merino wool and silk blend, so 80% merino and 20% silk, and it is now 3-year-old ball. So that might have been why Mary is asking us if it would be suitable for the Winterfell cardigan, which is behind us, so she gets my hints. So Winterfell. There we are.
I think it would.
And the very simple answer, very quick answer is yes, it would. So you could definitely use Rosarius Ballada merino and silk blend to make a beautiful Winterfell, and go and grab it while it's on offer before it goes, because it's not coming back in. Okay. Right, quilt photo. What would you recommend to hold together with Camarose Midnight Sol in blue, in a beautiful blue, for a love note? Let's do a bit more yarn showing. Okay, you're welcome, Mary, no problem. Now, you get to see the ceiling for a small bit. There we are. Okay. So this is the original blue that you were asking. I love this blue. So 9508 Jouet Bleu, and shoop, going. We decided to give sort of two rough categories of options. One where your yarn that you're holding it together with is darker. Two options there. So this is Townhouse Yarns Fade Street in Varia, and you can see how that would work out beautifully, and you'd get a lot more variegation, and this would be dominant, and then you get a glow from this, I think. You could go kind of mixed cornflowery, denim-y. Yeah, it looks nice, doesn't it, as well? Yes.
Both beautiful.
I love. So this is Yaku. Okay, Joy is a big blue fan. I'll stop moving yarn. So this is Blah 1831. Patricia is loving that. And then we said I need that one. Hold on to that one, Lisa. On our lighter options, Mist. Look, because this has got a beautiful bluey purpley tone in it. So Fade Street 4-ply in Mist going together with that. And This was a last-minute entrant to the competition. Fade Street in Cove, a lot more summery. Oh, that just reminds me of a Caribbean Sea mixed to gold. I don't think we're going to see it, but okay. So there we are. So that's Cove and Mist and Varia and then Yaku. Loads of options. Loads of options. Yarn away. Okay. You're up with Carbet, Joy.
Oh, thanks very much.
Okay, here she comes. So Jeanne, just to tell you.
Let me just throw you a little bit.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm just throwing yarn. We've only got like this limited surface. So
Yeah.
Jean, it's Jeanne or Jean, who would love to make a Carbet sweater or something similar in charcoal, navy, or green.
Right. Now the thing about the Carbet, oh, it's a sweater or the cardigan. I'm not sure. I love that blue. Yep. Sorry. Getting distracted by blue. The Carbet is knitted with the yarn double, so it becomes super chunky.
Or chunky.
Or
6.5 mil.
chunky.
Yeah.
I did look on Ravelry, and there are some people who made it with this Katia Super Merino, or Maxi Merino as it used to be called.
Yes.
Very similar. These are the three colours. Now, I was trying to see, did they use it doubled? But they must have done. They must have done, because this says, though it does say 5.5 to 6. So I'm not sure whether you would need to double, because somebody only used 7 balls, which would suggest that they didn't double it. Carbet is one of those things, again, when the doubled yarn creates a little bit of confusion in whether you're going to get gauge or not. But what we also thought was, there's those three there, if you double something like the Samilla, which is a DK. So there's the blue, the charcoal, and the green. I suppose some of it really matters if you want it chunkier. It's a hard one, I have to say, with the Carbet, because you could use it. Whereas I use it for Ursa. Oh yeah, thanks, Jan. Love the Katia chunky. Yeah. I don't think you'd need to double it. I'm not sure. It may turn out slightly smaller.
Just checking it. Three projects with no notes on it.
Yeah. But it really is. I've made some hats in this, and it really is lovely. But I think if you doubled it, you'd end up with like a fur coat.
Visually, they don't look like they're double.
They don't look like they're double. So I think you could use this and just be aware that your gauge may be slightly smaller.
Yeah.
Slightly. But I think that would... Mary Tyrrell. Thank you, Mary. She used Katia for Carbet and didn't double it.
Excellent.
Thank you,
there'd be
Mary.
somebody out there.
Yeah. So anyway, there you go. There's the three colours you were interested in. Let me see. Navy is colour 5. The green is colour 15. And the grey is colour 11. But there's a huge range of colours in it, if you were interested. But like I said, if you want to go the doubled route... Valerie. Hi, Valerie. Valerie knitted in Aaron Weight. Valerie Carroll.
Oh, very good.
So, thank you, ladies. Oh! And our lovely Diane used Katia Peru, which we don't carry, but I think is similar enough.
Similar, yeah.
Yeah. So, there you go. There's now everybody helping out with the questions. I love that.
One of these days we'll have to have
Oh
them
my
in. Real
God! But it is lovely.
yes.
It's on my list, but it slips down further and further when I get too much inspiration working in a wool shop. So there you go.
Okay, I will take up. Diane is here next. Hiya, Diane. I'm just going to get your yarn together here. Okay, so you have the Ulu mitz, which is this guy here. So you want to make this pattern here. Ulu mitz by Kathleen Hunter. Very pretty. So there's obviously this lovely goldy one, a blue and a pink. And you have at the moment, you have these two in your stash, which is Carol Feller's Nua Worsted. And you were wondering if the cerebellum is going to give you the tone for the pink here, or if it's the right addition. It's a bit, in our opinion, a bit too grey. It's not going to contrast enough or pop the way the pink does in the pattern here. I think you have lovely base, lovely options here, but you could use this guy here. Hello, Diane saying hello to us both, which is Valentina in Rios. Now, obviously, you're only using a very tiny bit for your mitts, so I'm not sure if you want to go ahead and pick up the 100 grams if you thought you might use it for another project. That would work. Or you could, what about a double ball of yaku? Yeah, hang on. Now we're on the fly. We're going to go grab some stuff from the shelves for you. Or there is Donegal Wool Spinning Company as well in... There we go. That shade number 3854. This pink does really... I don't know, it's that soft, fluffy evening cloud pink. Yeah, I like that. But on a lesser... I'm going to go with this guy here. This is the advantage of being comfortable with holding stuff doubled. You could use Camarose Yaku in colour Lys Rosa, which is 1800. So doubled of that could work with this one. There isn't really a pale blue in the new worsted, is there? Oh, hang on. Yeah, if you wanted to get a little closer, I found it. Look, see, it was right there. Well, that might be sport, but let's see if that colour is available in the worsted. It is. Yes, thank you. I love having two of us here for this, because otherwise people would be just looking at a blank screen while I run off to try and grab things. Unexpected Macaw would also give you a lot closer to the original colours as well. So loads of options, sorry. Throw them all in there for you. That's sport weight. But we don't think that the cerebellum, when you see it next to the others, it's just a little bit too grey toned, I think, to give you the contrast that you're looking for the Lulu mitts. Okay, hope that helps. And I'm not sure, Knots of Love Crochet, is that a pattern that you saw, is it? There's a question there which says, just saw something today, Thriller Spiller Filler, never heard of it before, not too sure. A little bit more, if you can give us a bit more information on that query, we'll do our best to fill in the blanks, I think. Excellent. Oh yeah, sorry, and there was that pink there as well, which I forgot to do that. Diana's loving the options, that's great, very glad to help, and it's always good just to see them lined up side by side. If you can't make it into us, this is why we are here, to show you and do kind of, enhance your online shopping experience. Yeah, it is. It's Jen is asking who wants to knit the Ulu knits. It is Diane, yeah. I've lost my page. Oh wait, okay. Oh yeah, Crafty Bits. Hello, Crafty Bits. You were on to us earlier on today. Sent us a lovely message on Instagram. I'm having to do a stand-in skein here because your query starts with the fact that you have Abbey lace in smelt. We don't have any of that particular colourway in Abbey lace on the shelves, but we do have it in Clarendon sock. So we're going to use this as the base to compare and add in colours for you. And you want to make a love note. Our love note sweaters, we've talked about them a fair bit. I don't have one to show you right at the moment, but you said you had tried it with a burgundy or purple tone yarn that you had in your stash and you didn't like how it came out. You said the smelt kind of took over the colours, so you're thinking about maybe going with a grey just to bring that and make the smelt stand out. Okay, so grey options we'll show you first, but we did pick up some others just in case. So let's imagine this is fluffy Abbey lace, and this is your Fade Street in Smoke and Mirrors. So we're just defaulting actually to Fade Street here because a lot of our own love notes are Abbey lace with Fade Street, so that's your options there. So the smelt, Smoke and Mirrors on this side, and Mist on this side here. Bring them a little closer so you can see. And if you wanted to go a little bit away from the grey, you could go with, I think, smelt, because it's got these little purpley tones in it, would work really well with velvet. And if you want to try another shade, Myrtle, we're back. I think I showed Myrtle earlier on. I showed Myrtle on Trinity. And we think that that would work quite nicely with the smelt as well. Now these speckles in the smelt are still going to come through, but because this has got a nice grey tone, it might just kind of work a little bit better. So you're gonna, when you're putting in a variegated fluff, you're going to see that come through. Like in my own love note, I just did, it's actually this colour but in the fluff, and it fades into the background. But when you've got a more variegation, especially with another semi-solid, that's going to pop out. They're organising the pink in the comments here. So Jen is giving Diane some of her leftover pink. So that's wonderful. See, and that would happen in the shop here if they were happen to come across each other and everything like that. So we're getting a little bit of the in-store community going on as well over Instagram Live. So I'm delighted with that. And then there's also a discussion here. I just have to read it out just because anybody who's watching back later on, Knots of Love, who asked about the thriller filler spiller thing, said, sorry, it was a technique to choose colours and you've never heard of it before. And then Peter Thompson has come in and said, if it's the same as in quilting, thriller is the pop colour, the attention getter, filler is the plain colour, and spiller is the tie it together transition. That is so cool. I love that. I absolutely love it. We will use that, I think, in future. Thank you.
Filler.
Absolutely.
Filler.
Filler. Okay, let's have a chat again. All right. So, oh my goodness. Sorry, you get to see the back. The back end of things. Okay, so we also had a question about, do we expect to get more of the latest Lina magazine? Probably the next time that we're getting a shipment from Lina, we'll get that, yes. So stay tuned for that. So it's the previous edition that you're looking for, not whatever the next one is. Just let us know, and don't forget you can sign up on the website if something that you want is out of stock. You can enter your email address when you click on that option, like the colorway or the particular product. If it says out of stock, then it should give you a box underneath where you can pop in your email address to be notified when it comes back in stock. And I know that that's a very handy feature for people. Kigo is saying thriller, filler, spiller also used for potted plants.
Oh,
I'm telling you. Well, you come here for an education of a Thursday evening, don't you? Oh my goodness. Right, we have another, we're coming to the end of our questions, but we do also we can answer any Leonie questions you have. I want to show you the ins and outs of a project bag that we have.
which is very colour coordinated.
Just because now people are actually being able to bring their knitting places, it might be time to talk about project bags again. And you have recently been working on some hats. Joy is going to show you some hats as well. But we have one more question, which is from Dottie, and she says, "Hi Lisa and Joy, I'm wondering if you could share some tips for washing and care of hand knitted garments. Many thanks, Doris."
Okay, well, none of my knitting goes in the machine, no matter what the wool says. If I went to all that trouble, no, I'm not risking it. The only thing I've ever really risked is cotton things, which usually you can do anything with, but I don't think I'll be putting my Leonie in the washing machine anyway. But yeah, what I do is hand wash, soft detergent like Woolite or whatever you have, or soak. You can use soak. If it's a bit dirty, probably the Woolite would be better. But I put it in cool water, even cold, and I just squeeze it and maybe leave it for 10-15 minutes, as little rubbing as possible, and then let out the water, kind of squeeze out the water. Then I lay it on a towel, wrap it up in a towel to get rid of all the drippy bits, just like you would if you were soaking a shawl to block, and then leave it for half an hour, depending on whatever you're doing, go and knit. So then I would dry it as flat as possible. I mean, it doesn't have to be, depends, but you don't want it hanging just in case for stretching or anything. The top, I have one of those, those airs like the old ones our mothers used to have. So I usually put it on the top of that. Or you can use your blocking mats, just lay it out flat and let it dry. But as little meddling around with it as possible. Filler. Yeah.
And then after about like gleaners, or do you say?
Well, yeah, you could glean. Well, I'd glean it maybe before, would you, or glean it after?
Yeah, it's a question that we do get about like maintenance of.
Yeah, the gleaners are brilliant for all those, those bits that, even because we love the soft yarns. So you do get a little bit of the balling, you know, so you could clean it as well, maybe after. Yeah. But again, as little messing around as possible. Okay.
And oftentimes I think you're in the habit of, you know, you wash your regular clothing and you kind of think, okay, well, you're going to treat that like I've worn it once or twice, so I'm going to go and wash it. So it's just not necessary, with particularly plant fibers, particularly animal fibers, that often, I mean, if something's not actually stained, that you're just airing it out, can really do the trick. And so just kind of popping it out. I mean, if you get a good windy dry day, that can happen. Exactly. So but they naturally are not, they're not going to hold on to smells and things like that the way some other fabrics might. So yeah, when you're working with natural fibers, you get an awful lot of advantages like that too. So I hope that has helped. Would you do the same for Norwegian jumpers from the 50s? I presume they're made from 100% wool and everything like that. So 100% just wash, like hand wash, lay flat to dry. Gently, if it's dirty, very gently, as little agitation as possible, cool water. Or if it's just a case that they need freshening up, just try sticking them out on the line even for on a windy day and see how you get on. What is that pink variegated yarn behind me? This one right here is Irish Artisan Yarns. It is the base that is exclusive to us from Irish Artisan, which is the DK Tweed. And so you can see it's got lovely flecky flecks in it. And Tara basically dyes all of her skeins. Her inspiration is based on different towns and areas around Ireland. So this is called Doolin. And just to give you an idea of a few more, you've got a beautiful sunsetty one right here, which is Rathlin. And let's see, pick another one. Another random one. This is one she's done for us, this is knit. So it's got kind of greys and blue tones through it. So always happy to show bits and bobs. Okay, who wants to see our beautiful project bags? Because I don't think we've shown you enough of the ins and outs of our 29 Bride Street 100% linen exclusive bags. Let's go and have a look at those. All right. There you go. Back again. Stick a bit of a plant in there, will we? Okay, me. Great. So let's flat lay this a little bit here. Okay, from the outside in, this is 100% Irish linen, and it is handmade by Liz at 29 Bride Street. She hand prints the fabric. She has done this beautiful gold foil motif for us, which is based on a scarf design of Emer's. Emer is Plays with Fibre, and she would be a team member at This Is Knit, or was pre-COVID and all that, but she would still work with her and love to feature kits and things for her designs. There you go, all based and inspired on that beautiful scarf there, which is called Cranra, and we have kits for that on the website too if you want to have a look. This gorgeous bag, I'm going to show you inside of the space of what it has. It starts with a drawstring closure, so your stuff is all super safe inside, and I want to show you that you can fit loads into it too. Oh, I'm going to have to go up again, hang on. Okay, so you have stamped inside. Try and see if I can bring this up here. It's a little hard to do this one-handed, hold on. Okay, so guaranteed Irish linen, 29 Bride Street in Dublin. So that's the beautiful logo that you see. And it has pockets. We insisted on the pockets. And they are split. To just sort of turn this inside out a little bit. So you have ones that will fit kind of crochet hooks, DPNs, accessories and stuff. Next one will definitely fit a lovely wrapped up circular needle. Oh, there's a little label in there too. And circular needles, and then you got one where you can fold up your pattern and tuck it in there as well. So all beautifully made, and I'm going to put, I think I need to, my wool and honey inside there. I'm making progress, and obviously if you've been following along, you'll see that I've been making mistakes as well, and I actually have another tutorial to do about how to pick up or sort out this silly little drop stitch down here, which I will do in a bit. But then you get to close it all over. You can tie an extra loop if you like, tuck that in, and you are back to popping around town with your beautiful Irish linen customised bag by 29 Bright Street. There you go. And that's Liz's gorgeous work. So I just wanted to show you a little bit more about that, because we have those up on the website. And if you are managing to get out and about, and here's the ceiling, and bring your knitting projects, I think you should, to the garden, to the park, all the different places. Yes. Okay, and then Joy's going to show you, because that's my work in progress at the moment. It's getting there. Really loving the wool and honey pattern, the slip stitch, dropping your extra loops and all that sort of stuff. It's fun. It's fun to see how it develops. But Joy has been making hats. Oh.
Yeah, who makes hats? Warm hats in June. Well, I think I might have made these in May. But Andrea Mari had her new hat pattern out called Flicker and Flame. And I don't know, I just took a fancy. I think it might have been just as I was finishing my Scout shawl. I needed something, that instant, 2 or 3 nights that I would get that vum of something finished.
Palette cleanser.
So, instant gratification. So, what I love about this pattern is it's, she gives 2 yarn weights. So, sport weight, worsted weight. Also, you can knit hats for the whole family. The whole family, kids right up to the man size. So I made the small adult. This is the sport weight one, and I used Nua Sport. Nua is just so soft. I mean, in the skein, it's like, yeah, it's nice, but when you knit it, I just can't say, it's really, really soft. So I did use, as you can see, my contrast isn't huge. I probably should have used this colour, which is lighter, and I love this In the Mood stuff. It's just lovely. See the way the colours change? So this being the sport one, it's kind of like slouchy.
Oh, that's cute.
So isn't it gorgeous?
That's very sweet.
A really, really nice hat. So anyway, finished it, looked at my contrast and thought, ooh, my contrast isn't huge, even though I really like it. And I had some, the leftovers. We always try and use our lovely leftovers. So I had some Townhouse Yarns Drury DK left over from another project. Now I know, I said DK, but it's a heavier DK.
Yes.
It's you could definitely use it for something like a hat. So look at that. I mean, the contrast. Look at the top of it. It's just gorgeous. Now the worsted weight one, the difference is it has less of this kind of flame thing, just one repeat less. But it's more of a beanie.
I see.
But isn't it lovely? I mean, one hat pattern, and it's all of these different choices. So you could go with the newer worsted as well, but I think you're holding the same colours over there.
I'm holding these colours for a reason.
Look at that. This has to be my favourite colour of all time, Azul Profundo. This is Malabrigo Rios. Azul Profundo with apple green. Look at that. I know they'd see you coming, but isn't it gorgeous? And also, Drury Decay again. Yeah, I'm blue, sorry, stuck with blue. But blue and yellow this time. But it's a brilliant hat pattern. And like I say, 2-3 nights, yes. And that instant gratification of I finished something, and you'll be ready for the winter. So there you go.
And Joy was just telling Denny earlier on, Denny's back working with us on the shop floor here, that it is a really good starting project for learning colour work. Doing your first stranded colour work, definitely a really good option for that. So we'll let you know how Denny gets on. How's that? And see if she does that. So last thing, because you reminded me when you showed me the Rios, is do you remember Jackie's range shawl that she did with? Remember we were missing the hollyhock colour. We now have it. And we made it easy. We stuck a kit on the website as well, so that just for this one colour combination here, because Jackie made a gorgeous fringe shawl. Don't have any pictures or anything prepared to show you, but if you pop on, it'll be when you click on our link in bio, there will be Instagram live, and when you click there, it'll show you all the products that we've talked about as well. So there's Jackie's range shawl, which used
By Andrea
these colours by, it's an Andrea Mary pattern, but we print your pattern and give you this yarn all in one go. So that's why we've got the kit all listed. And I know a few of you have been watching the lives for a few weeks, so there was definitely questions about when would we have the original colours back. So they are here. Stock update. Luann, what is your sweater pattern? It's Leonie by Coco Knits, and we just decided to wear ours today finally, because we have the kits as well back in stock, because they are, you can't sort of see, they're sort of sparkly. You can see I'm going to be stripping off here, and I decided to wear, hang on, you show yours.
I'm not sure you can really see the sparkles, but it does sparkle. Definitely. It's really gorgeous. And actually, this is the first time I've worn it, and I have to say, really comfy. I was afraid I might be overly warm with the undershirt thing, because it gets very warm in here. It's so lovely and so wearable. I feel $1 million.
And I threw it on over a denim dress today as well, because I've been wearing mine an awful lot with like vest top and jeans and that sort of stuff. So, but I just want to say it is a really nice layer. It's an overlayer with the t-shirt. Jazz something up, a really nice kind of throw it on over your summery dress and stuff like that. So just to show you your options and stuff. So yeah, but can you tell we're a fan of this design? I think we've pushed, you know, we've tried to like get a lot of them out there, and we had a lovely lady in earlier on who had made a beautiful aquamarine colour, because there's sparkly and non-sparkly options too. So if you're not into the bit of jazz and would prefer kind of a 100% linen one, then we have options too for that. So but she did, she's a nice one. But I think people, like, you make it and it works up so fast, you sort of instantly start to think, oh, what other colours, you know? Yeah, sort of very wearable, and just a really easy thing to throw on and off and everything like that. So comes highly recommended. That's what we can say. So thank you so much for joining us. I don't think we had lemon sorbet between courses. I'm not sure what that was about. Thank you for joining us this evening on a Thursday. It's been absolutely lovely to have you. If you were watching back, thank you for taking the time to. If you're looking at us on YouTube, do the subscribe thing. I have to say this. And if you have any follow-up questions, we are here. Do send us, leave a comment underneath, send us a private message. We will get back to you, and we're happy to send you pictures and mini videos and all that sort of stuff to help you choose for your next projects, because we know it's still not easy to get around, especially not from New Jersey, because Nancy has just said hello from New Jersey. So we know you can't get to us anything you need. What are our opening hours on a Saturday? They are 12 to 5 still for the moment. Now, because you're here on the live, I will say we are, we're here, and we've done our online orders and stuff like that. We will open up a little bit earlier, but don't come along presuming it's say 12 o'clock, and if you're here and you swing by and we're open, great, okay? But we're going to stick to the 12 to 5 for the moment, just for the summer, and see how we get on for that. So hopefully we will see you then, and thank you to everybody who's making the trip into Dublin. I know from our chats in the shop, it's not easy to get back out there, especially if you've been at home. It's a little easier for us. We've been kind of in and out. It's a very safe place. We've got fans and ventilation and high ceilings and all that sort of stuff. So and we're limiting people in the shop to 3 as well, so you'll have plenty of space. 3 customers at a time and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully that's reassuring, and we look forward to seeing you. And Joy will say goodbye, and I will say goodbye, and we'll go off. Have a wonderful evening.
Enjoy your evening.
Enjoy. Okay, take care, everybody. Bye bye.